Good morning, boys and girls. I am so happy to be here to share a wonderful story with you about Misty Copeland. Every story, though, has to have an author, someone who wrote the story, and an illustrator, someone who made the pictures to go along with the story. This author of this story is Sherry L. Smith, and the illustrator is Tara Nicole Whitaker. Now, every story has to have an ending, and I'm hoping that you will listen carefully and tell me if this story has a happy ending and what you learned about Misty Copeland. Ready? Here we go. Misty Danielle Copeland was born on September 10th, 1982 in Kansas City, Missouri. She had a big sister, Erica, and two older brothers, Doug Jr. and Chris. When Misty was 4, her mother packed all the kids into the car and they drove to California to start a new life. Misty lived in lots of places throughout Southern California. A small apartment in a city, a nice house by the beach, and even in a not-so-nice motel where she slept with her brothers and sisters on the floor. By then, there were 6 kids in all. Misty's home life was always changing, but one thing that stayed the same was her love of music and dancing. Misty's whole family would dance around and sing along to hip-hop, rhythm, and blues, or Misty's favorite boy bands. Misty's mother had been a cheerleader. Her sister, Erica, danced on the drill team at school. Misty wanted to follow in their footsteps. Misty tried out for the drill team. She became team captain. A teacher noticed Misty's talent for dance. She suggested that Misty take a ballet class at the local Boys and Girls Club. The class changed her life. Misty showed up to her first ballet class in gym shorts, a t-shirt, and socks. The other students wore leotards, tights, and ballet slippers. Misty had brown skin, while almost everyone else was white. She was older than the other kids, too. Most of them had been taking ballet classes since they were very little. But Misty was almost 13. Was she too old to start now? Misty's ballet teacher was named Cindy. She taught Misty the basic steps: first position, second position, third and fourth and fifth positions. Misty began to dance and she was good. No, she was great. Cindy told Misty she was a prodigy. That meant she had natural talent. In a few short months, she learned to do steps that usually took other dancers years to learn. It was as if Misty had always been a ballerina. She just hadn't known it yet. Misty's family did not have a lot of money. Ballet shoes and leotards cost more than they could afford. Cindy invited Misty to live with her family so she could dance all the time. Misty and her mother agreed. It was wonderful at first. Misty's dancing got better and better. She performed in ballets around town. People began to take notice of this talented young Black dancer. But Misty missed her family, and they missed her too. She decided to go home. Misty's mother made sure she continued her dance lessons. Misty would practice on the balcony outside their motel room. First position, second position, third, fourth, and fifth positions. Eventually, the family was able to move into a nice apartment, and Misty kept on dancing. She was becoming famous. Not only was she talented, but many people had never seen a Black ballerina before. Misty worked hard to prove that ballet should be for everyone. When she was 15, Misty was accepted to a special ballet program in San Francisco. The program would last 6 weeks. That was longer than she'd ever been away from home, but Misty jumped at the chance. What she really wanted was to dance for the American Ballet Theater Company in New York City. A year later, she got her wish. The American Ballet Theater invited her to join their summer program. New York City was big and exciting. Misty loved it, and New York loved her. The head of the American Ballet Theater was so impressed by Misty's talent, he asked her to join the company full time. Misty would dance in the background with many other ballerinas in the corps de ballet. More experienced dancers perform as soloists. They dance solo or alone. The best dancers are known as principal dancers. They use their whole bodies to tell a story. They are the stars of every show. Misty longed to be a principal dancer. There had only been a few African American principal dancers at major ballet companies before. The American Ballet Theater had never had one in all of its 75 years. But Misty was only 17, and she was supposed to start her final year of high school. The head of the dance company agreed to wait for Misty to graduate. She flew home dreaming of the future. After her high school graduation, Misty returned to New York. A surprise was waiting for her. The ballet company wanted her to dance in China. It was Misty's first trip out of the country. It would not be her last. Dancing would one day allow Misty to travel the world. Misty gained fans wherever she danced, but not everyone thought she was special. Some people refused to see anything but the color of her skin. Misty couldn't change the way she looked. Why should she have to? There were not many Black ballerinas, but Misty knew there could be more. They just needed to know it was possible. Misty was out with a friend in New York City one night when she met a man named Olu Evans. From the moment he saw her, Olu said he was going to marry Misty, and he was right. Misty and Olu became a couple, but on stage, Misty finally went solo. She earned the starring role in a famous ballet called The Firebird. Misty played a wild creature with brilliant feathers. The audience loved it. Misty worked so hard that she hurt her back. She had to take a whole year off to heal. Misty went home to California to get better, and she did not give up. It took lots of practice to get strong again. First position, second position, third and fourth and fifth positions. She returned to New York City ready to dance, but she was starting to think she would never become a principal dancer. Misty began to practice other styles of dance. She even performed on stage at rock concerts with a famous musician named Prince. Other dance companies invited Misty to join them, but that was not her dream. And then in 2015, Misty's dream finally came true. She was named a principal dancer at American Ballet Theater. With hard work and determination, she showed the world that a brown-skinned girl in gym shorts and socks could become not only a ballerina, but a star.